Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to turn this mic sensitivity down just a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit nicer. New microphone, and in my limited test run of it, it is a lot better. Not as much feedback, not as much echo. The sound comes through a bit clearer. So I hope that you guys like it as well. It is a knockoff, of course. It's not the name brand, but I got it for a slick deal, and it sounds pretty good. The Beetle is alive and running. The AC on it is all fixed up. Just had to get some OEM parts. For that, if you do build German cars or VAG or some Euro cars, especially TDIs and Volkswagens, then I cannot recommend a site called Cascade German enough. It used to be called VWDiesel.net, and it used to be called BoraParts.com, but I gotta say, Cascade German is the cream of the crop. All their stuff that they sell is fantastic. Most of it's OEM. They have some aftermarket options, but they let you know what's aftermarket and what's not. Their shipping is really quick. It's free shipping on orders over $100, and they have a great warranty system. I've never had an issue with them, and I just, if you work on Volkswagens, that's the one you're gonna go with them. They're really good. Anyway, on that note, I got that fan controller to fix my AC for $60 instead of $300, which is what VW charges for it. And it is an OEM piece. It just doesn't have the Volkswagen Audi stamp on it, but it's from the factory. It's from the German factory that makes the OEM equipment. So, Anyway, but the Beetle's running. AC's good. It's nice and cold, and just a killer vehicle. And the guy that has that small block Chevy swapped S10, he doesn't have it running. And I know I could, if I pick it up, I could do all the work myself and get it going. But I'd really like him to just get it, because the way he describes it is there's not much work to do. And I'm like, dude, if it's only going to take half an hour, just get out there and get it started so I can drive it onto the trailer if I come to pick it up, if and when, but I'm not going to be doing that anytime soon anyway. We got this show coming up and all this other jazz, so no rush, really. Today is arm day. I'm gonna hit some arms. Bicep curls followed by hammer curls, or something like that. Having trouble recalling. It's bicep curl. I know bicep curls and hammer curl, barbell bicep curls are involved. That's always first. Hammer curls are involved. I think there's a tricep exercise in between, but I don't remember. And then we have the tricep overhead, and then the concentration curl, and the French press, which I like to superset. And then I think we finish up with the Lewis pushdowns. So, but anyway, we're mixing it up. We're going to the old school gym today. The last 2 or 3 times I've worked out have been at my other gym, for a variety of reasons. One is just that I was working there on Saturday, as I do, and I'm like, I'm not going 20 or 30 minutes out of my way to go to the other gym. I am gonna and then the other day I wanted to tan, and there's a tanning bed there that, as an employee, I have free access to. So, and I've been tanning pretty regularly. I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's starting to come through a little bit. I'm getting some color, which will be good for my performance on stage. But I think today officially marks 30 days out. I might have missed it. It's either 30 or 29 today. So less than a month, boys. Woo! You know? And getting jiggy with it. Nah. But yeah, it's getting real close. And I can taste it. And it's, honestly, this prep hasn't been that hard. It's not been like fun. I mean, it has been fun, and I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I think I'm just like kind of rambling, but it's been a good prep. This coach I'm working with is great. His name's Biff, Team Biff Coaching, at Team Biff Coaching, and he's just really made this process really nice, and great coach. And so I highly recommend him and his services if you're looking for a bodybuilding or powerlifting or even just like a general fitness lifestyle coach. He's got my seal of approval. Check him out, teambiffcoaching.com. I'm not sponsored. I'm paying for it. So obviously I'm not going to I'm not profiting in any way off of that plug there, but there you go. But arms, you know, I have that refeed tomorrow on leg day, but honestly, my appetite has been just not there. I think my body's like completely conformed to the new diet. Like I was nearly force feeding myself today to get my oatmeal and my chicken in before this lift. Which is wild considering how much of a caloric deficit I'm on. So this refeed might actually be pretty tough to achieve. Now, it wouldn't be hard to do if I make a bunch of like easy, simple, crappy food, like, you know, baked goods, bread, confectionaries, stuff like that. But that's not really ideal in the gain sense. Wheat and gluten especially are kind of hard for your body to digest. They're quite inflammatory in your gut. And so it's not really, it's something that should be minimized, if not avoided altogether when you're on prep. But at 3 weeks or 4 weeks out, I don't know if it's going to be that drastic or necessarily important. So who knows? We'll see what it comes down to. I might end up having some of those biscuits after all. But yeah. Crap, I didn't get any food out for dinner. Guess I'm gonna have to run to the grocery. Oh well. Yeah, I like my body weight is 185 on the dot. I think I was like 184.8 yesterday, but 185, like for sure, is my full-time body weight. And I'm not looking much better than I did at 188, but you know, it'll come in with time. Honestly, I'm really surprised and kind of disappointed in a way that you know, I cut 50 pounds at this point. Yeah, like 50 pounds. And I'm definitely bigger than last time I was on stage. I mean, I have probably 15 or 20 pounds of just straight lean mass that I've put on. But I'm kind of disappointed or disheartened, perhaps, by how not the amount of like weight I've put on, in a way. Like, I cut 50 pounds, but I'm going to be on stage probably like 180 instead of like right tipping the scale of the max, which is where I would want to be, like ideally, right? You want to be as big as humanly possible while being as lean as humanly possible at your designated stage weight. And so For my next show after this, depending if I win, then I'm going to be going for my pro card. And so for my next show, first of all, we're going to get like an accurate height judging, because I say I'm 5'8", but I might be 5'9", I might be 5'10". Losing a bunch of fat actually makes you a bit shorter, because you store a lot of fat in the pads of your feet and in your face and the top of your head. Not a lot, but enough to like literally shrink you about an inch. So we'll see what my actual weight is, and then that'll tell me my actual weight cap is. And then going forward, I can work to get a little bit closer to that limit, because there's a stark and astounding difference between 180 at 4 or 5% body fat and, let's say, for example, 187 at 4 or 5% body fat. You're talking about 7 pounds of lean mass, which is, I mean, that's an inch on your biceps. That's like 2 inches on your quads. That's a whole another row of abs, that sort of thing. But and I guess I shouldn't be too surprised, because I was probably at the end of my bulk, probably like nearly 20% body fat, maybe a little bit less. I was, and the amount of water and glycogen storage, that's no matter where you are, if you're like eating a lot and getting your fluids and getting your carbs in on a bulk, you're going to be storing anywhere from 10 to just 20 pounds of fluff weight, like just water, carbohydrate storage, things that aren't permanent, they're transient mass. So, I mean, that's honestly, utterly, and completely possible. So, I mean, you take that into the equation, boom, you're at 210. You'd want to remove 15% body fat or whatever I cut off. You know, that's another, whatever, 10% of 200 is 20 pounds. 15% of 200 is like 30 pounds. So I guess the math's out pretty on the dot there. So I guess that's something to take into consideration. If you're bulking and you hit like 250 and you're like, yeah, man, I'm so big, I hit 250. What the hell is going on? There's a school bus in the middle of the road, the light's red. Anyway, but you hit like 250 and you're like, oh, 250, I'm just a meatball, look at me. Yeah, you're probably closer to 230, or once you lose your water weight and your carb storage, and then dial in your body fat, you're probably closer to like 200, 190. And that's just the nature of the game. Like Sam Solik at his, he was like at the peak bulk, I think he was like 260, 270. And then he got on stage under 220, like he was like 214. And like, so his first 20 pounds easily were fluff. And then he cut out all the body fat. And I mean, he looked great on stage at Vegas in the Arnold, obviously. But he was probably, lower single digits, probably 4 or 5 or 6%. And but he lost like 60 pounds, from where he was to on stage. So don't get disheartened, I guess. I think I'm trying to pep talk myself a little bit here. But don't get disheartened by like, oh, I'm really, really big, and then you lose a lot of weight, and you just don't feel as big. Well, brother, if you did your cut correctly, all you're shedding is fat and crap, water, fluff weight. So I guess the moral of the story is like, you're not as big as you think you are? Maybe? I don't know. I guess that means there's a lot to be said for main gaining and very slight caloric surpluses, like 1 to 200 or 300 calories, so that you can add muscle while minimizing body fat addition. So, yeah, I guess shout out Coach Greg on that one. You kind of got the right idea. That he just preaches mean gaining, and scientifically it makes sense when you think about it. So I guess that's perhaps the way to do it. It just requires a lot of discipline because, like, when you're on a bulk, your inclination is to be like, well, I'm bulking, I'll just eat whatever the hell I want. I'm just as long as I get my protein in, I'm just gonna stuff my face. And there's nothing necessarily wrong about doing that, but there's a cleaner, healthier, and better way to do it. So, which, depending on how the very, very, very near future goes, is probably what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be going, if I win this show, which who knows, we can hope, but if I win this show and I'm shooting for my pro card, it's obviously not going to be conducive to success if I just balloon up and pack on 10% body fat in the however many, 2 to 5 months between shows. That's not going to be productive. I'm just going to have to, like, very precisely, scientifically, carefully, etc., meter out my caloric surplus in order to pack on muscle while minimizing the amount of body fat gain. So that's just what's going to end up happening. So the diet probably, it'll relax a little bit. I'm probably going to get a few more treats here and there, but I don't see a lot of super high calorie, super high fat days in the future if I win this show. And if I don't win this show, I'm just going to go straight to either off season or just go back to doing what I like to do, which is just eat whatever the hell I want, get really big, and not worry about anything. So, yeah, who knows? I'd rather win than lose, though. I'd put it that way. Anyway, here we are at the gym. I'm going to go in, get warmed up, and then we're going to get pretty sick arm pump. So I will see you guys in there. Okay, barbell curls, same weight as last week because I was freaking struggling. I tell you what, boys, hopefully this workout goes pretty well because I'm feeling pretty trash, pretty tired. My warm-up was not that fun. And then I did calves right before this. That wasn't that great. So hopefully I wake up a little bit and come alive during the actual lifts. Who knows? Here we go. Two sets of 8, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty tough. We will see if I'm game for another side of that weight. So if anything about it, I'm curling 2/3 of my body weight here. So round 2. Good evening, sports fans. We have barbell curls part 2. I got a mosquito bite on my ankle. And brother man, let me tell you, that is some divine punishment right there. Whew. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like swing the crap out of this to get the last 2 or 3 probably. But I'm gonna try to see if I can't take fewer like pauses, breaks. Oh damn! Excuse me. And just power through a little bit more. All right, here we go. I'm gonna cheat rep this last one. I think I over cheated there, but I went for a good negative. So, what's next? It was in fact 8 reps. So I could just do 4 and call it even, but I'm a go big or go home kind of guy. So I think I'll just hit another set of 8. All right. Okay. Here we go. Let me soup that up just a little bit. All right. All right, and we'll call that good. All right. Now that we're set up here, got 2 sets of, I don't remember if it's 8 or 12. Shit. I don't know. I guess we'll do 12 and then we'll find out, huh? All right, here we go. That's pretty heavy. 2 sets of 12 on 65s, or for hammer curl. I'm gonna do run 65s. Oh, so let's kill it. Easy enough. Probably could have better form. All right, round 2. Kind of got to shrugging the last rep there, but it happens. Oh. Overheads 110, same deal as last week. I would really like to get back to 12 and 12. Who knows though? We're out here for the love of the game. So yeah. See if we can get a good setup here. Okay. I am fucking falling off the goddamn bench. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but my reps weren't really that deep on that one. And that's on me. But, this bench, I just kept sliding off of it. And it's not got an adjustable seat, and I don't feel like moving it over. So we're just going to roll with it. And, kill it. But those didn't feel bad. The fact that half of them were partial reps probably helps, but woo, we are depleted and sleepy today. Anyway. Yep. Yes! Oh, goodness. Finally. Oh, dude, we've been chasing that for like 3 or 4 weeks. Holy crap. About time. Woo! All right, French press, concentration row superset. All right, skull crushers / French press. 12 and 20 each. So I did do 45s the last few times, but I'm gonna drop back down to 40s on the French press. Because I remember last week my form was, well, nothing to write home about. So, yep. Oh, that feels pretty tender after that. overheads, I tell you what. Oh yeah. Woo. Okay. Let's hit the superset here. Golly gee. Okay, other arm. You need to bring that foot out like a whole step. Fair enough. That's why no one will remember your name. Woo. All right, let's finish this superset up. I don't know what you'd call that. Set 2 of a superset. Superset part 2. The Empire Strikes Back. I don't know. Oh, dang. That was easy. Yeah, I should probably be slowing these down a little bit, but it burns, so. Okay. My white balance on my camera is messed up because I'm looking at myself in the preview and I'm like, I'm a lot more tan than that. Ah. Oh. Oh, yeah. Goodness. I think we have the stupid push downs, and then I think we're done. There's an ad on the radio right now for the new KFC chicken sandwich. And just imagining a big, juicy piece of fried chicken. Oh, drooling. Anyway, 100 pounds on here. 2 sets of 15. Pitter, patter. Oh, yeah. All right, one more of those. Yeah. I can't remember what damn town it's in, but it's NPC Midwest Michigan, I think it's called. Yeah, it's like yeah, I don't know. I don't remember the exact town. It's only like an hour or so into the state though, and that's not far from here. Yes, that sounds right. Ah, all right. Hit you guys with a little post down. All right, a little bit of posing for you guys. Ugh. Okay. None of my clothes fit anymore. I mean, these shorts have always been loose, but like my freaking underwear, my shorts, they're all super loose now. But that's the joy of having a 28-inch waist. Anyway, get you a little bit of a pump check here. It's so weird when you do arms because your chest is all like small and then you just have this massive arm pump. It's just weird looking in my opinion. See if we can get a better angle here. Oh yeah. Gotta be careful, with the whole breath control thing because I do get dizzy. Yeah, we got some tightness in the core there. Oh, Yep. Anyway, not too bad. I can't really flex the tricep on the side very well because my elbow is not the doesn't like to play nice. Yeah. Anyway, good arm day. Tomorrow's gonna be legs, which is gonna blow. But anyway, we're gonna do it anyway because the train don't stop, no brakes, baby. Anyway, peace. Take care. I will see y'all.